Every time I come here, when I listen to my teachers performing very funny kind of act, I also feel like doing so. But what to do? Respected principal sir, Sita ma'am, dear teachers, and our hardworking non-teaching staffs. Good afternoon and namaskar to everyone. It is my privilege to stand before you all on this joyful occasion. On behalf of grade 8, I'd like to extend my best wishes to all of you for a very happy, peaceful, and prosperous new year. A new year is always a time for new beginnings. It gives us a chance to improve ourselves, to set new goals, and to work together for better results. But my heart is also heavy right now because while we gather here to talk about education and the future of our children, the government is making decisions that are slowly destroying that future. Nelson Mandela has said, if you want to destroy a nation, it doesn't require the use of long-range ballistic missiles or nuclear warheads. First, destroy its education system and quality of education. A country without educated citizens is like a body without a brain. It cannot think, it cannot plan, it cannot protect itself. When invaders or corrupt leaders want to weaken a society, they do not always use guns. Sometimes they use bad policies. They shorten school hours. They give unnecessary holidays. They change the academic calendar randomly. They make teachers feel powerless and parents feel hopeless. Slowly, children stop learning. Slowly, the nation becomes empty of skilled minds. And then, no one is left to build roads, cure diseases, write laws, or protect democracy. That is how a nation dies, not in one day, but year by year, month by month, week by week, day by day, and classroom by classroom. Now look what is happening in our country. In the name of saving fuel, the government of Nepal decided to give 2 days of holiday every week on Saturdays and Sundays in all educational institutions. Nobody knows the exact reason behind this illogical decision. Maybe increase in the price of petroleum is a primary reason. But is this a solution or an excuse? When price of petrol rises, does a doctor stop treating patients for 2 days? Does a farmer stop watering his fields? Does a soldier leave his post? No. Only students are told to stay home. Only education is sacrificed. And as if this was not enough, the government also decided to begin the new academic session on Baisakh 21st, nearly a month later than the traditional start. What does this mean? It means our children will study less. It means our academic year will be shorter. And for what? To save a few liters of petrol. This is not leadership. This is carelessness. We are not against saving petrol, but destroying education is not the answer. If the government truly cared, they would find other solutions. But no, they took the easiest path, close the schools. This is not a good governance. This is laziness dressed as policy. We call upon the government and all leaders to rethink these decisions. Do not use education as a bargaining chip for fuel prices. Do not make our children pay for your poor planning. The recent decision by Nepal's Education Ministry urging schools not to collect fees for the month of Baisakh because the new academic session begins from Baisakh 21 has created a confusing and difficult situation for both schools and parents. On one hand, the government's intention seems to be to provide some financial relief to parents, particularly at a time when many families are already dealing with rising living costs. However, in practice, this decision has led to a dilemma that is not easy to resolve. Schools depend heavily on monthly fees to manage their daily operations. such as paying teacher salaries, maintaining infrastructure, and ensuring quality education. When they are asked not to collect fees for a certain period, it directly affects their financial stability. On the other hand, parents feel encouraged by the minister's notice and expect schools to fully comply, leading them to question or even resist paying any fees for that month. This creates tension and misunderstanding between the two sides. Meanwhile, parents may delay payments, thinking they are following the government's directive, while schools feel pressured and unsupported. As a result, instead of building cooperation, this decision has created a kind of tussle where both parties feel they are right. The lack of clear guidelines and proper coordination has made the situation worse. Teachers and staffs who rely on timely salaries may be indirectly affected. In the end, what was meant to be a helpful move has turned into a source of conflict and uncertainty. Clear communication, proper planning, and mutual understanding are necessary to avoid such dilemmas in the future. Lastly, once again, I'd like to wish everyone a very happy New Year 2083 and a joyful Biska Jatra. Thank you all for your kind presence and attention. Thank you, everyone.